Academic Project Report Preparation for Postgraduate Students. Dear postgraduate students of Business Administration, here are a few tips for you on how to prepare your final semester academic project report. Please prepare the title page according to the specifications of your respective institutions or department. The necessary certificates would also be part of your project report. The contents page will be followed by the list of tables, figures and abbreviations. The usual practice is to have the table number and title above the table and the figure number and title below the figure. The numbering of the tables and figures would include the chapter number and the table or figure number. For example, Table 3.5 would indicate the fifth table in the third chapter. Likewise, Figure 5.7 would indicate the seventh figure in the fifth chapter. A brief abstract will precede the main body of the report. The abstract helps the reader to develop an interest to read the full report and gives a clue on what to expect from the report. The abstract may have 5 to 6 lines of introduction about the project. Then comes 7 to 8 lines of methodology on how the project work was done. Following the methodology, there can be about 9 to 10 lines of interesting findings from the project work and a line on conclusion. The abstract can be between 21 to 25 lines and should not be more than a page. The main body of the report can be limited to about 50 to 55 pages for a postgraduate level project and would have the following chapters. Chapter 1 would be the introduction and will speak a little about the need, scope, relevance, the organization's profile, if any, and the primary and secondary objectives of the project work. The introduction should not be more than 5 pages. Chapter 2 would be the literature review, LR, and this is written in a format similar to the LR in standard journals. The literature relevant to your project work can be mentioned in this chapter. The review of literature should also be limited to 5 pages. Chapter 3 would be the methodology and details regarding the research instrument, the sampling plan, pilot study and the tools of analysis are documented here. The methodology may run between 2 to 3 pages. Chapter 4 would include the quantitative or qualitative analysis of the project and, generally starts with the descriptive statistics, tests of normality, univariate tests and may then proceed to multivariate tests or structural equation models. Every table with results should have a paragraph explaining the results. All tests of hypotheses should have the hypotheses specified before the test result table and a conclusion on whether the alternate hypothesis is accepted or rejected, must follow the results table. Post hoc tests that may be required must also be explained well. Chapter 4 can run between 35 to 40 pages and forms the core of your project work documentation. Chapter 5 can include a consolidation of the important results or findings, for about 2 pages, and these should provide answers to the objectives stated in the first chapter. Chapter 7 could state the scope of future work and perhaps the limitations also, of the current project work and is limited to a page. Chapter 8 can highlight the academic, social and managerial implications of the current project based on the results and findings and may run to about 2 pages. The list of references must be prepared according to the standard journal format and all papers cited in a literature review must be listed in the references. The research instrument or the questionnaire can be included after the list of references and you may include the support documents if any in the appendices. These are basic guidelines only, and I encourage you to abide by the institution's specifications and your supervisor's advice. All the best.